If you cannot perform a front squat because of the position that you have to have the bar in with your shoulders, your wrists, just the technique of that, then that's a pretty big frustration that gets in the way of your training, because a front squat is so valuable for not only your leg strength, your hip mobility, but also your core strength and your ability to stabilize it. It's such an all-in-one movement. So let's go over a few of these drills that can help you to improve your overall ability to hold the position. So everything that goes into the front squat pretty much revolves around three major areas, where you have your lat leading into your shoulder, that ability to actually have the shoulder get your arm up to be in the front rack. If you can't get your elbow to point in front and you're down here, then your wrist is going to pretty much take the beating of everything. I have like 5 to 6 things that you can start working on for each of those areas. So let's go through it, starting with the shoulder and lat region. All right, so the very first thing that you can do is keep the bar in the rack and use your body weight leaning into the bar to basically get into that front rack position. So here we go. Let's keep both hands on the bar as best as we can, as many of the fingers. Use your body weight and just to alternate leaning against the bar and get those elbows to kind of sweep under as best as you can. Now let's actually put the little soft spot of our tricep on the bar, and again use our body weight just to lean through it and stretch out that tricep into the outside of that shoulder. If the bar is too hard, you can actually grab a pad that you'll see me do in a second, but this is the second way, where you'll have your hands together, both elbows on the bar, press against the bar as you get your chest and head to go through your arms without necessarily curving your back. So don't do that. You want to actually keep your stomach and your core engaged as you press your arms against the bar and try to get your head through the bar, just to add a little bit more of a stretch. This drill you can do with a PVC or a broomstick. You're basically going to start low on the PVC, having more of the PVC on top of your hand. You're going to shift that hand up elbow high to get the bar behind you. Using this hand, I'm going to reach across and grab. So right here, just gripping. You can see in my arm the bicep flexing. That's me gripping this top hand. Just being here, gripping on both arms is good. Incorrectly, if I'm driving up and I start to flare my ribs, that's not what we want. Keep your ribs and your abs braced. Drive the elbow up. That's movement one. Then the second one is actually pulling across. So keeping that PVC behind the shoulder. Pull slightly across, but again, keep your abs braced so you're not wiggling your torso too much. Your wrists. Just having that flexibility in the forearm area, the extensors and the flexors. So just getting your hand flat against something and inverted to work on the flexibility. Or if you're front squatting, doing it while you are training your front squat, before sets, in between sets. This is what I like to do. I like to get those fingers on the bar and then add in some body weight leaning against the bar to help get into a deeper stretch, keeping the elbow straight as you push through. Then the soft tissue one that causes the most discomfort for a lot of us, foam rolling it, or actually using your bar to get in there and kind of break it up. Getting blood flow in and out of the area will optimize just more oxygenated blood to get in there. The more you flush it in and out, the better it'll feel, the more warming up that area will get. So if you foam rolled on the ground before, that's perfect. I'm going to basically foam roll standing up using the bar, where I'm trying to get it into where that lat meets the shoulder, just that very soft tissue area. And as soon as you find that discomfort, kind of sawing back and forth rather than up and down, for me, feels better. That shoulder meets the lat area right in there, that kind of soft spot right behind the armpit. Get in there, dig around with a barbell, a foam roller, a lacrosse ball, whatever you have. Doing all these will absolutely help you to improve your ability to hold the front squat position. Then lastly, if you still want to front squat but you just can't because you either sprained your wrist, you have something going on, and you can't get the hand, the elbow, and the shoulder into this position, you can still front squat with straps or handless, just having the bar being supported on your shoulders. Shrugging the shoulders forward to create a shelf on the delt, the front of that shoulder, is a way that we can still front squat. You can see my shoulders, I actually moved the shoulders forward, and now I have the bar sitting there. Make sure you have someone spotting you if you have not done this before. I'm going to keep my arms out in front of me as I perform this first half of the front squat. But make sure you are shrugging the shoulders forward, because if not, that bar is going to drop. All sorts of bad things could happen. Forward, shrugging the shoulders forward so the bar sits here rather than choking you out on your collarbone. Again, if you haven't done that, make sure you have a spotter with you or have spotter arms on the rack. All these things will help your front squat.